Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron Barry, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the month and year that I was born. So, for anyone that doesn't know, I was born in May 1994. The exact day is May 23rd. And, you know, I don't know too much about that month other than, that I was born. So, I had to go do some research on the internet, and I was able to find a handful of things. One of them being that uh, on the other side of the planet in Zhangkai, China, 95 people were killed. Yeah, 95 people. It's pretty big number, and it's actually very tragic that almost 100 people lost their lives in a tornado and hailstorm. Um, it's never fun reading about that sort of tragic incident. And to my astonishment, even more people were killed on that side of the world in Poland. Apparently, a bus had crashed into a tree and ended up killing around 32 people. And that's, my initial research so far is just it's not the brightest. I don't like reading about people dying and losing their lives for no reason, basically. Just tragic incidents that are unavoidable, and just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Basically, it's very sad. Um, Something a little bit on the brighter side, or better news, is that in the sports world, Arsenal of England, they are a soccer team, international soccer team in the United Kingdom, and they actually won their 34th European Cup, and that was against Parma, Italy, and the score was only 1-0. So obviously the game was very close, and Parma, they held on as long as they could, but in the end, Arsenal was able to come out victorious on top. Something I found pretty interesting is I'm not sure if any of you have heard of this man or doctor. He's also a doctor. Is Dr. Jack Kevorkian. They also call him Dr. Death, which is a little bit ironic, just because the incident that they found him innocent of was assisting in suicides, and basically he's a big proponent and a big supporter of assisted suicide for elderly people who are in a lot of pain, or they just want to move on with their next life. They're essentially in a position in their life where living is not worth it to them anymore. They're in a lot of pain. They're just too old. They don't want to continue with their life, and he was a big supporter of basically assisting in their suicide or their demise. And I found that to be very interesting. I know this is a very controversial topic. It's come up a few times recently, even people supporting this sort of thing. Personally, I don't support it at all. I know life is very precious, and I don't care if you want to die or not. I don't think that is something that another person should be suggesting or promoting to do for you. I think that whether you're in pain or not, you should. There are people that still love you, and there are people that would rather you live out your life rather than just give up. And that's the way I feel. I'm sure others feel the same way. So enough with that. I wanted to talk a little bit about President Clinton announcing that the U.S. will no longer repatriate boat people. And, so in 94, Bill Clinton was our United States president, and he announced this, which was, obviously it's still very controversial today, but essentially repatriate means the country is not going to send back people to their own countries. So if you came here from China, we wouldn't send you back to China. And this is definitely a very controversial topic, even in today's politics. I don't want to get into my own politics, but I am an immigrant. I did immigrate here from Korea, and I have very strong opinions on you know coming here in the legal matter. I am so for immigration. This is why America's a great place, is because we're able to bring in people from other cultures and other parts of the world and treat them as our own. But you have to do it legally, and you have to do it with the proper documentation, plain and simple. Something I found extremely interesting that happened in May of '94, the 25th of May to be exact, only 2 days after my birthday, is there was a partial lunar eclipse. And lunar eclipses or solar eclipses, they're both very fascinating. They get people very excited, and it was just kind of cool learning that there was a lunar eclipse just a couple days after I was born. I found that to be very, very interesting. So that basically sums up what I have found about the month and year that I was born. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for listening.